Hey guys, GT Machine here. Got another video coming. Haven't done it in a while. It's been Christmas, holidays, whatever. Just been busy with work. But we're gonna do the Serpentine Belt here change. I've already taken the interior trim out. As you can see here, I've got the seats out as well. You're gonna take them out. And the other thing I don't have on the videos is once you have the trim pieces out, you just remove the carpet. Just comes right out. And I took that out. As you can see here, it just comes out in one piece. Once the trim pieces are removed, it just pulls right out. So let's go ahead and get this rear access cover off, and then we can see the serpentine belt. All right, guys, so here's the panel. It's just enclosed with 10mm bolts, so we'll go ahead and remove them all right now. All right, that removes them all. So now we can go ahead and pull this off. Just pull from the top. Just pull gentle, because if it hasn't been off, you'll hear the rip of the seal. So listen. And right there it is. All right, so here's the access panel. Here's the belt. Go around the alternator, either pulley, AC compressor, tensioner pulley. Down there's a water pump, and then here's the crank. In order to get the belt out, I don't know why Porsche didn't reroute this differently, but I don't know. I'm not an engineer. But in order to get it around the crankshaft pulley, this bracket here has got to come out. So you need a 16mm box wrench to pull this bolt out. And one thing you need to make sure of is do not drop the bolt. And then you need to remove this spacer out of here. Once that's out of here, the belt will come out. And then to get the tensioner loose, put on here. So let's go ahead and get that bolt out. So I've loosened the bolt already because it took me a little bit to figure it out. I thought I was going to not have to remove this, but it looks like there's no way around it. The way Porsche built this bracket, it's hard to get your fingers on there to try to twist it out there by hand. So you just got to painstakingly work through it. Oh, there it comes. It's coming. Oh, it's being a bear. There it comes. Oh, this is... Oh, man. Ooh, almost dropped it. Whew. That was a pain, but there's the bolt. All right. So to get this spacer out here, easiest thing you want to do is put your pry bar in here up against the crank pulley in the mount. Just slightly pull backwards a little bit. Just a little bit, and it'll come right out. So they see, there it is. And then that will free up. And let you get this out of here. Which I don't even think you'll have to need to take this out. Yeah, this doesn't need to come out, just that spacer. So let's tighten this thing back up. All right, so next thing to do is get the tensioner loosened. All right, so this is a big nut. I've tried my 25 on it. It's too big, it's too small. And I've tried my 32 millimeter wrench on it. It's too big. Unfortunately, my other wrenches are buried right now in storage because I thought I'd never need them again. So I'm going to go ahead and use an open-ended wrench and see what happens here. Hopefully I can get it loose enough. Oh yeah, I can definitely do it with this. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the belt. All right, so the biggest thing is with the tensioner, it's gonna be a little bit hard to push it first. Then as the hydraulic fluid squeezes in, it comes out easier. So what you wanna do is pull it off this idler pulley here and let it come up, and then release the tension and relax, move your wrench. And that way we can get it out of here. And then you got to fish it up around the water pump pulley. Once it's off of there, fish it out. Gotta move my flashlight to get it around the AC. And then get it up off the crank, and you're gonna have to turn it sideways to get it out of there, to go past that spacer opening. So once it's out of there, just work it sideways, it'll come out. And there it is. Out it comes. Even though there's nothing wrong with this old belt, I just want to replace it. It is 5 years old, but the car only has 7,000 miles on it. I figured might as well do it, just get it done so it's peace of mind for it in the future. And then here's the part number of the belt I used. And here's the other sticker in case you guys need the other numbers on it. So pretty much opposite. Go ahead and feed the one side down around the crank. I have to turn it to get it down in there. Push most of the slack up in the engine bay, just so it's not in your way. That way it'll make it a little bit easier to try to feed it around the crank. There it goes. All right, it's around the pull. All right. Once it's around the crank, go ahead and pull it. Get it untwisted. Pull it all over to the alternator side of the engine. Put it on the water pump. I can go ahead and stick my flashlight back in here so I can see something, or try to here. All right. So then we want to drape it up around your tensioner pulley and down, and then push it down to the water pump pulley. And then you can take it off the alternator to give you some extra slack so you're not trying to fight it. All right, looks like it's going. And then once you got it on there, put it around the alternator pulley. Give everything a double check. Make sure you're on all the ribs, because you don't want to take this all back apart. It's not, I wouldn't say a pain in the butt, but it is time consuming. And I'm sure nobody wants to do something twice if they don't have to. So just give everything a double check, make sure it's on the ribs correctly and it's in the grooves. And then once that's in there, we can go ahead and get our wrench again. And go ahead and tension the tensioner. And then slide it right on there. And then just give it a once over and make sure it's still on every rib. It's not sitting weird on any of the pulleys, and you should be good. So that was actually a little bit easier than I thought it'd be. The most pain in the butt part is this right here. So let's go ahead and put this back in. Stick our flashlight in there. So just pry back. Whoa, shit. Fuck me. And we just want to pry just a little bit just to get get it in there. It doesn't need to go much. We'll start over again. Whew, that was close. We almost lost it. All right, so that's pretty close. Let's go ahead and set our mount bolt back in there. This one you gotta be careful, make sure not to drop it too. This is gonna be crazy. Come on, find the hole. Yikes. Whew, this is tough. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I got it partially in. Oh, it's going. All right, it's in there, so I don't have to worry about the spacer. So let me go ahead and pry this so I can center the spacer a little bit. And then while you're prying on a little bit, just make sure to pull the bolt in. Whew, there it goes. That wrecked my nerves a little bit. I didn't want to drop it, and then I'm in trouble. Then you had to drop it in the belly pan and everything to get the bolt out. So also knowing prying on this just a little bit of pressure helps the bolt go in easier. And then just use your fingers to try to walk it in as far as you can without having to use a wrench. And take your wrench and just tighten it up from there. And then I like to use the German torque method since this is a German car, the Gudentite. There we go. well, that's pretty much it. Just put the cover back on, and then the whole interior trim goes back in, just like my other videos and you watched before. And that's pretty much it. If you got the cover off and this is the time you need to clean your engine a little bit, you can get in there with a hose, clean things down, make sure there's no issues, look for leaks, check all the good stuff, make sure you don't have any developing issues going on to where that needs to be addressed. I checked everything looks pretty good to me, so nothing to really worry about here. Everything looks pretty dry. Just give the belt one more last look over, make sure it's everything in, and you're good to go. All right, guys, thanks for watching again. This is GT Machine. Hopefully the belt replacement helped you out here, and you guys can tackle it on your own. Thanks for subscribing, but I never thought this would take off. I did it just for DIYs, in case people who own these want to do it themselves. So hopefully this helped everybody. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching.